Yo, what's gonna Call of Duty fans? It's me, Nation, and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. Well, in this one, I'm gonna be sharing the basic information you need on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 so you can run it on your PC or the preferred consoles. If you don't know the consoles, I'm gonna tell in this video. If you don't know the system requirements, I'm gonna share with you guys. So don't go anywhere. And before I go any further into the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Why don't you do it? Support me up a little bit. Thank you. And by the way, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the next event or the beta version of the game is gonna drop on September 15 for the PS4 or PlayStation players. It's gonna be an early access. They'll be available for the campaign and multiplayer. I think the multiplayer will be quite limited because they don't want to reveal everything, but still multiplayer is gonna be available. And then it's gonna drop for the PlayStation and Xbox and PC players 2 days later, and further on it goes on for PlayStation players. Campaign, early access and open beta will go on for a week and another week. And well, this is it for the beta versions, and when it's gonna drop on October of the 28th. But there's a surprise. If you want to play the campaign, the game is gonna be available. If you bought the game, of course, the game is gonna be available for campaign a week early, so you can get the time to grind out the campaign as much as possible. Cause in the previous Call of Duties, people weren't able to grind out the campaign, cause when the day the game comes out, people would play the campaign and the multiplayer was available, and they don't want to feel left behind. So they just went on in the multiplayer version of the game. Well, this is it for the release dates, and Warzone 2 is going to come out as well. And if you want to have much more clear information, make sure to check out my video. And let's move on to the consoles. So let's go right into the consoles. So I'm going to start with PlayStation. For PlayStation, it's going to include PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Any other PlayStation that the pros and slims are included, of course, but if you say PlayStation 3, you can't even run Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 on that, so that was out of the range or the question anyway. So this is it for the PlayStation. Let's go on to Xbox. For Xbox, it's gonna be supported by Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. So these are the ones that are gonna support for Xbox, are gonna support Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 version. Further details will be included for example, Sony doesn't own that Call of Duty anymore. At least there's a 3-year contract, but the further Call of Duties might have more exclusive options for Xbox later on because it's gonna be owned by Microsoft. And before any further ado, let's just go in for the PC requirements. I know you're here for this, so let's just go right into it. For the PC requirements, I'm gonna start with the lowest PC requirements and then the recommended ones. For the minimum ones, let's start off with the operating system. For operating system, the lowest one, you can go with Windows 7 64-bit. Now keep that in mind, I am saying 64-bit, not 32. Make sure to check it beforehand. If you don't have it, make sure to upgrade it. For upgrading, you need to see if your processor is 64-bit supportive or not. So Windows 7 64-bit and further on will work. Below that, not working at all. So let's go on to the processor part. For processor, you will need Intel Core i3 4340 or 4th Gen 3.6 GHz. This is the lowest. There's a chance this might not work, so make sure to upgrade it a little bit. And the next one's gonna be the AMD FX 6300. The same thing, these are predicted, not particular given out by Call of Duty themselves, so make sure to upgrade it so you can make it work. The next one's gonna be the RAM. For RAM, you need at least 8 GB of RAM. If you get 8 GB, the game's gonna work on lower settings at least. So this was it for the RAM. Now let's move on to the graphic card. For graphic card, you will need AMD Radeon HD 7950, or you will need NVIDIA GeForce GTX 670. These are the graphic cards you need. Again, these are the predicted ones. Not sure they will work, but there's a high chance for the lower specs. Then For the graphic cards, there is also a particular included thing, VRAM, that's gonna be 2 gigabytes for each graphic card, the ones I told. So the graphic card I told, 2 gigabytes of that memory should be there. For example, you take any 3090 Ti, for example, let's talk on the high end, you need 3 gigs or 2 gigs. For these ones, you need 2 gigabytes of VRAM. Then next comes the HDD, that is the space on your hard disk or hard drive. You will need at least 175 gig to 200 gigs cause it will include a lot of co-op, it'll include the campaign and the multiplayer. This will take a lot of space, and make sure to clear at least 250 gigs on your drive to make the game work. Well, this is it for the lowest ones. And one more thing, you need DirectX 11 compatible graphic card. But I mean, everyone has it, so it's not that big of a problem, right? Next one's gonna be the recommended requirements on your PC to run Call of Duty easily, like in a smooth way, right? So let's go on to the OS again. For OS, you need to have at least Windows 10 64-bit. Again, the 64-bit part included. I think you'll have it if you have Windows 10. For processor, you will need Intel Core i7 7700 or the 7th gen, 3.6 GHz, 4 cores. And the next one's gonna be the AMD Ryzen R7 Pro 1700. Well, below them, they will work, but not as smoothly as this. The next one's gonna be the RAM. For RAM, you need to have 16 gigabytes of RAM on your PC. Of course, 8 gigabytes are the lowest. You can go more than that to run it more smoothly. And next one's gonna be the graphic card. For graphic card, you need AMD Radeon RX 5600 XT, 6 gigabytes. Again, this is the VRAM part. Sorry, I'll include it later on if you're getting confused. Or you need NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060. Well, again, for these graphic cards, you'll need at least 6 gigabytes of VRAM, or even 5 works. So I don't think it's included in 5 versions. So 6, 4, or 3, or 2 maybe as well. Well, these are the VRAM part. For HDD, you need at least, again, it doesn't change, 175 to 200 gigs of space. And then the last part, it should be all DirectX 11 compatible. Well, this is it for the Modern Warfare 2 requirements for your PC. If you want to get a complete nutty PC, or your like literally ribbed PC, you can get 3090 Ti, you can get i9, you can get all those Windows completely latest packs. You can get 32 gigabytes of RAM. Leave that, you can go over 100 RAM. Well, if you have any questions about this video, or you are not sure about anything, just let me know in the comments down below. I'll make sure to help you out in the video as much as I can. And if you are still here in the video, thank you for the support, and see you guys in the next one.